What's up, guys? So, in case you missed it, there's kind of been a lot of tier list talk lately. I saw Dato Doya did a video the other day talking about Leffen and Goichi. They made their tier list and kind of discussed who they think is the best in the game. And I had done a tier list a while ago when Zamasu and Vegito came out, but I thought that this would be a good opportunity to update it. There have been kind of some changes I've been meaning to make, as well as do the whole two-axis thing. All my tier lists, you can see here on the left, this is my old tier list. It's got just no left-right axis, just straight-up tiers. But I really like the format people are doing now, where on the right go the good support characters, the characters that either have a good assist, or really good DHC synergy, Z-change synergy, or that type of thing. And then people on the left generally will be point characters only because they don't bring a lot of utility to the team, but they might still be really strong as a point character. So I'm going to do the whole two-axis thing. I'm going to update my tier list here for you guys, and we'll see what characters are going up in the tiers, what characters are going down in the tiers, as opposed to where they were in my previous list. So again, this one on the left is my old list that I did right after Zamasu and Vegito came out. But here on the right, we're going to be doing the new ones. So to start out, I think let's just get our top and our bottom tiers set here. I still think Cell is top tier as hell. He's ridiculous. In my opinion, still the best character in the game. And he's a pretty good support too. His assist is like pretty strong. And he has good DHC synergy as well because his super is very fast. So he tends to be good for doing like DHCs where you can combo after the super. So I'm going to put him like right about here. He doesn't have the best support in the game, but still very good support. And then we'll do the bottom tier. I still think that Nappa is the worst character in the game, and he's a pretty bad support too. So we'll put him like right over here. Maybe not the worst support in the game. Hold on, let me move my head actually. My head's going to go over here, so I'm not blocking the tier list. Nappa, I think, belongs right about here. Not the worst support in the game, but not great. His assist is pretty underwhelming, and he doesn't really have any notable DHC synergies. So I'm putting him down here. I think Nappa just doesn't really have the tools to hang by himself. He has one of the problems that a lot of low tiers have, where he relies on assists to do everything, which is an issue, because a lot of times your assists aren't up because you already used them to do whatever you were trying to do before. And also his neutral is awkward. Another big problem that a lot of low tiers have is that if you don't have like huge normals that you can throw around and confirm off of, Nappa does have some big normals, but he kind of struggles to easily confirm off of stray hits into big combos, as opposed to someone like Cell, who is very easy to do that with. You either need that, or you need kind of a projectile that you can lean on. You know, just throwing around Kamehamehas can be pretty good in neutral because of Vanish and because of assists. It makes it pretty good for controlling space and for getting combos. But Nappa can't really do either of those. His projectile is pretty awkward. Not the worst projectile in the game, but pretty awkward. So anyway, those are my reasonings for why Nappa's low tier. So then after that, I think I'm just going to go through the rest of the characters, and we'll talk about whether they're getting upgraded or downgraded. So previously I had Goku right smack dab in the middle of the tier list, as you can see. I think he still belongs there. No change for my boy Goku, but he's an amazing support, so I think I'm going to put him all the way to the right over here. Krillin, I had two tiers, or basically two tiers below there, second from bottom tier. I still pretty much think that this is true. Krillin has a lot of issues. Kind of similar to Nappa, he struggles to do anything without assists. However, he does have a good projectile with his Kamehameha, but unlike Nappa, even if he has assists, he can't do crazy damage. Krillin's damage is really limited. That's one of his biggest problems, and he needs assists to really do mix-ups. Mix-ups are one of his strengths, but he just can't really do it without assists. So Krillin, I think, is a very limited character, and he's a bad support too. His assist is really bad, so I'm putting him down here. Second from the bottom tier, and way over here on the left. Next up, we'll be talking about Piccolo. So previously I had Piccolo in the bottom tier. I do think I have been underrating Piccolo. People have kind of been complaining on my videos, you know, Piccolo won Summon of Power, you can't say he's bad, but like, just because someone is willing to put in the time to optimize a character doesn't mean that that character is good, right? Like, people can overcome a low tier character, especially in a game like this where I think that the tiers are not super spread out. Like, bad characters are missing a lot of tools, but it's not impossible to win. It's not like Marvel vs. Capcom 2, where bad characters just can't do any damage whatsoever. So I don't necessarily think that a character doing well in a tournament means that they're good. I think it needs to be more of a pattern where a character is consistently performing in tournaments across many players, and then you can kind of use that as evidence. But regardless, I am going to upgrade Piccolo. I'm moving him up 1 tier. I'm putting him second from the bottom now. This might still be controversial, might still be too low for some people, but I'm not entirely convinced that he's that great. He struggles to do stuff without assists. That's a common theme we're seeing here with these low tiers. He doesn't have a good projectile. Another common low tier problem. His damage isn't good. Another common low tier problem. I mean, it's not the worst, but it's not great, especially without assists. But he does have good mix-ups, kind of similar to Krillin. And unlike Krillin, he doesn't really rely on assists to do his mix-ups for the most part. So that is one advantage. I'm going to put him right about here. I've also kind of been saying that his assist is really, really bad. And to a degree, it is in neutral. It's not amazing, but it's worth pointing out that his assist can be really good for meaty pressure. So it's not as bad as I think I've been saying. It's still not like in the upper half of assists, I would say, but it's usable. He has a usable assist, so I'm going to put him like right about here. Not a good support, but not the worst support, and we're leaving him second from the bottom tier here. So nice little upgrade there for Piccolo. Next up, we've got Teen Gohan. I had him in this tier right here. I'm going to keep him right there, I think. And I think I'm going to put him right in the middle. He has like a very middle-of-the-road assist. The invincible DP. Sometimes the invincibility helps, but not that often because the hitbox is pretty small. Usually you're just using this for combo extensions or to like make it safe for you to land when you're coming down from the air. So he's got like a decent assist. And I don't think he's like one of the worst characters like some people think he is. I think he's got some stuff. He's a very damaging character. He doesn't rely on assists for damage, which is nice. He does have stubby normals, but he can get by usually. So I think Teen Gohan is going to stay right here. No change in tier for him. Vegeta, I had, let's see, 1, 2, 3 tiers below top tier. So the tier above Goku here. I think I'm going to keep him there. And he's going to go all the way to the right here. Good support. Vegeta, one of the best supports in the game. So I'm still happy with him right there. We had Frieza in this same tier as Teen Gohan. I think we're going to actually knock Frieza down a peg. So Frieza I had in this same tier as Teen Gohan in the old list. I think he's going to stay right there as well, but he's going to move over here. He's a pretty bad support. His assist doesn't do much. He doesn't really have any good DHC synergy, so he's a pretty bad support. So we'll leave him right there. Trunks. So I had Trunks in the old list on the same tier as Vegeta. He's actually going to get downgraded. I think I was overrating Trunks. A lot of his stuff has been figured out. His mix-ups definitely aren't as robust as they felt day one. A lot of it is reactable. A lot of it is down-heavyable. He still does have a very good assist, so I'm going to put him like right here, kind of, you know, in the middle of this tier, like between good support and like average. So I do think that he's still a pretty good support, good addition to the team, but not quite as good as I was thinking before. So a little bit of a downgrade there for Trunks. Android 16, I had on this tier. I think he's going to stay there. And I'll put him here right next to Trunks. I'm really going to scooch him up on Trunks here because I think their assists are not that far apart in terms of usability. Android 16's assist is one of the best combo extension assists in the game. That can't be underrated. And it leaves the opponent standing. It's got a lot of stuff going for it, so I'm putting him right there. I think he's like a mid-tier, upper mid-tier character who's a really good support because of his assist. Android 18 I also had in this tier. I think she's staying there as well, but she's going way over here. Bad support, one of the worst supports in the game, because her assist just doesn't do what you need it to do. Her assist doesn't cover any space on the screen. It doesn't let you extend your combos, nothing like that. So while there are some kind of gimmicky setups where the opponent attacks the assist, that eats the hit, and then you get to punish, it's just not as reliable as having an assist that actually does something on the screen, like a beam or something like Yamcha. So that's why I'm putting her all the way over here on the bad support. Let me scoot it up a little bit so that you can read the words. Next up, Majin Buu. I had him down here with Krillin. I think it might be time for an upgrade for Majin Buu. I think we're going to put him up here next to Teen Gohan. He has some stuff. And like we've known for a while that Majin Buu is kind of a good Vortex character. He's really good. When he gets the hit, he can lead into a mix-up and then get another hit. And we've respected that for a while. But now I think we're finally seeing some players out there like really showing us that it is good. It is that good. When Buu gets a hit, it becomes a real problem. It starts to get really scary. But he does have a lot of issues in neutral in terms of awkward normals. Not that great of an assist for sure. Not great projectiles either. So his neutral is still very awkward. But once he gets going, he can really get going. So Buu, I think, is getting upgraded one tier here. We're giving a little bit of a boost to Buu here. Next up, we've got Goku Blue. I had him in this tier with Teen Gohan as well, and I think he's staying right there. I'm going to put him slightly above Teen Gohan on the support side here. Oh yeah, I didn't talk a lot about Buu assist, but it's decent, but not great, so that's why I put him right here. It's decent, but it's not amazing. It's kind of okay screen coverage, kind of okay combo extension, but not great at either of those. But as for Goku Blue, I don't think he's an amazing point character because most of his mix-ups are reactable, and he doesn't have like quite as good of neutral as regular Goku, and obviously he doesn't have as good of assist as regular Goku because his assist is just that awkward dive kick, which is good for combo extension, but not much else. So that's why I'm putting him here. It is a very good combo extension assist. I kind of want to put him here to signify it's not as good as Android 16, not even close. Maybe I should move these guys over a little bit. But it's better than average, I would say. Better than average combo extension. So that's why Goku Blue is going there. Vegeta Blue, I had one tier above here. I'm still happy with that. I think a lot of people disagree. A lot of people think that Vegeta Blue is just a terrible character. But I think he's pretty good. He is a very bad support, though. His assist is pretty worthless, and he doesn't have good DHC synergy, like, at all. Like, his assist does cover a lot of the screen, but the problem is the hitbox is not that big. It's pretty easy to avoid. A lot of times the assist just misses when you feel like it shouldn't. So that's why he's going here. But his mix-ups are very, very good. Much, much better than Goku Blue, which is kind of surprising because Goku Blue has like an overhead mixed into his auto combo. But the problem is it's so slow and it's easy to interrupt. So that's why his mix-ups aren't really real. I think most people wouldn't consider Goku Blue mix-ups to be super real. But Vegeta Blue mix-ups are very real, especially with assists. He becomes very hard to block with his high-lows off of his kick string thing. And he has a command throw that you can call people out with from the air. He's a pretty good point character, and he can be pretty damaging too. With assists, he can get a decent amount of damage. So that's why I have him up here. I think he's better than a lot of people think. Next up, we're looking at Yamcha. So I had Yamcha in this tier. I think I might be ready to move Yamcha up a tier, guys. I don't know. It's crazy to say that Yamcha's the same tier as Vegeta, but he might be there, guys. He really might. Tough call. Okay, YOLO. Yamcha's going up here. His assist isn't as good as Vegeta's, but it's still extremely good. And he's not quite as good on point as Vegeta either, but he's good enough. And I think his assist does a lot. So we're moving Yamcha up one tier, which feels crazy to do, guys. But I think it's time for Yamcha to shine. We're starting to see Yamcha show up in tournaments. I'm seeing him in a lot of teams online. People are realizing the sheer value of the assist. It's like not that far behind Vegeta assist in terms of just being ridiculously overpowered, ridiculously good for everything your team wants to do. His assist is wild. So Yamcha, we're moving up here. A little upgrade there for my boy Yamcha. I've said for a long time I think he's one of the top 10 characters in the game. So I guess it's about time that my tier list reflects that. Obviously, really, really amazing support. Next up, TN. So this has been another controversial pick for me. I've always had TN here in this tier. I think it's time for an upgrade for TN. We're going to throw him right here. The reason being, okay, I think it's been unfair that I've been saying that Yamcha is like a mediocre point character with a really good assist, and I think he's one of the best characters in the game. Tien is a mediocre point character with like a very above average assist. Not as good as Yamcha, but very above average. And very good damage, and he enables a lot of team damage, so he's a very good support and a mediocre point character, in my opinion. But I've had him down here, so I think it's unfair that I've had Yamcha so far above Tien this whole time, when they're kind of similar in terms of not being amazing on their own, but adding a lot of value to the team. So I'm moving Tien up a tier. I'm sneaking him in here. His assist is very good. It is a beam, kind of. It doesn't have as many active frames as the real beams like Goku and Goku Black, but it has much better combo extension than the regular beams because it's only one hit. It pops the opponent up and kind of leaves them right there at the perfect spot to combo them. So that's why Tien is going right here. I think he's a really, really good addition to the team. Very good support character, so that's why I have him here. I still don't think he's that great on point. He does get a ton of damage, which can't be underrated. You really can't underrate the ability to kill a character in this game, but he is a little bit tricky to get hits with, in my opinion, so I'm prepared to be flamed in the comments, guys. Next up is Gotenks. I had Gotenks here in this middle tier as well, but it's definitely time for an upgrade for Gotenks. He's really proven himself. He's one of the best characters in the game, especially he's a good support character. His assist is very, very good. His Ghost Super can be very, very good for DHC synergy. So Gotenks is just a really amazing character. Only downside is low damage, but I mean Yamcha has low damage too, right? But they're just amazing because of what they bring to the team. Really, really big synergy characters, both of these guys. Next up, we're looking at Captain Ginyu. I had him in this tier with Krillin. I think he's going to stay right there. I'm pretty happy with that. I think we'll put the assist, right here. He's like a halfway, average support character. His assist covers a little bit of space. It's like that shoulder charge thing. And it's decent for combo extension, so that's why he's going right here. Next up, we have Adult Gohan. Adult Gohan, I had third tier from the top, and I think he's going to stay right there. I'm pretty happy with that. He's going to go, like, here, I guess. It would be a little weird for me to say he's a worse support than Teen Gohan, because their assists are pretty much the same thing. So I guess he'll go, like, right here. In case you can't tell, that's the third tier from the top. There's another invisible tier right here that doesn't have anyone in it yet. But it's about to get someone, and that is Kid Buu. I think Kid Buu, I had him in this tier. I'm going to keep him in this tier. But Kid Buu is a ridiculously good support, so he's going all the way to the right here. That's where I think he belongs. Not much to say that hasn't already been said. Like, let me fix my screen a little bit here. Kid Buu is a ridiculously valuable character to have on the team. The assist is crazy. The lockdown is crazy. Makes your point character so hard to block. His super is really good because his super sets up double super combos, especially with characters like Cell and Bardock who have fast supers. His super adds a lot of DHC synergy, and he's an amazing point character in his own right. Very hard to block, crazy pressure, very hard to get off you once he's on you, so not much to say about Kid Buu that hasn't already been said. Some people think that Kid Buu is as good as Cell, or maybe even better. I'm not ready to say that yet. I still think that there's like a little bit of separation between these two characters, with Cell being a little bit better. Next up, we've got Beerus. So both Goichi and Leffen said they think Beerus is the worst character. And I'm not ready to say that. I had him on this tier. I am going to hit him with a downgrade, though. I think he belongs on this tier. He's going to be over here with Krillin. Bad support. Maybe like halfway between these two. I don't think he's the worst character in the game. I still think Nappa is the worst, but Beerus very much struggles the same way Frieza does, where if you're a zoning character, which Beerus is kind of a zoning character, kind of like a setup character, but anyway, neither of these characters can do real damage. They suck at damage unless you get like some kind of like, really optimal like combo started with a 2M or something, which is kind of rare because once again, these guys are mostly getting like stray hits because they're zoning characters for the most part. And Beerus' setups aren't that clean. They're not that real. His down medium is pretty good. It goes really far, but a lot of times like people will jump over it and punish you after. So he's got a lot of problems. And his down heavy is so bad. Probably a worse down heavy than Krillin, which is saying a lot. So He's got a lot of stuff working against him, but I still don't quite think he's as bad as Nappa, but he's not great. He definitely struggles. Next up, we've got Hit. I had Hit in this mid tier. I think I'm going to keep him right there. We'll put him like right here. His assist isn't horrible, but it's not great. He's not an amazing support, but I do think he's a pretty strong point character still. He's been figured out to a degree by top players. People are not getting wrecked by Hit the way they were when the game was fairly new. But, you know, he's still really good, I think. A lot of damage, plus frames on everything. Pretty hard to block, so that's why Hit's going here in the mid tier. Goku Black I had in this tier. Goku Black I actually think is going to get downgraded. We're going to throw him over here. I think there's got to be some way that I can fix this, right? Maybe if I do like this. Actually, more like this. How about that, guys? So Goku Black is just going to sneak in right here. I do think he's a very, very good support character, and he's a very good point character. His assist isn't as good as Vegeta or Yamcha, but he's like really, really crazy on point as well. Not as good as these guys up here, but good enough to hold his own. It's a little bit weird here that I have Goku all the way on the right, but I have Goku Black over here, so maybe let's like scoot these all over. My things are kind of getting thrown out of whack here, and maybe these guys get scooted over as well. Something like that. I don't know, it's a little bit weird, because it's kind of hard to relatively compare people across different tiers, but I guess I'm okay with this. These guys are the same level of support as each other, in case that's not clear. I just can't really fit them on a list in a way that makes sense. Because I definitely don't want to move Android 16 over very far to the left, because he's amazing as a support. So I don't know. I'm okay with where this is. Android 21 I had in this tier. I think it's time for her to get moved down as well. Android 21 and Trunks, I think I was kind of overrating both of them. She's going to go like right here. She's still a very good character. She just can't really hang with the top tiers in my opinion. Very damaging, some good normals, but not broken enough. She's a little bit too fair to be up here with the really crazy point characters. And she's not a very good support either. Her assist doesn't do very much. You can't really combo off it. It doesn't cover that much screen space. So she's kind of an obligatory point character, and there's a few too many of those in this game. Like, it's pretty hard, because like if you want to play like any of these characters, basically, or Adult Gohan too, arguably, you have to play them in the first slot. So you're kind of running low on options for your team if you want to play one of these guys. Anyway, next up we've got Bardock. I had him in this second tier, up here with Kid Buu. I am going to downgrade Bardock, I think. He's going to go like right here. Reason being, I think that it's hard to say that Bardock is as good as Kid Buu. The Kid Buu, I think, is just a lot better, and I don't really think Bardock is that much better than Adult Gohan either. I think they're about on the same tier. His assist, I do think, is a little bit better, and he brings some team synergy because of his supers with his DHCs, so Bardock's going right there. We had Broly right here. I'm pretty happy with that. I think he can stay on this tier. It's getting a little bit awkward to fit all these assists in, but maybe like we'll do like one of these. Something like that. I don't know. I'm having a big problem running out of space left and right, but it's fine. You guys will have to adjust for that. We had Zamasu in this middle tier. I'm going to keep him right there. I actually think we're going to put Zamasu right here in the middle. He's a pretty good support character, pretty good point character. Not incredible at either, but he's pretty good to have on your team. So I'm leaving him right perfectly there in the middle. We had Vegito on this tier. I think he's going to stay right there as well. No change for Vegito. Maybe we'll put him like over here. Maybe even over here. Maybe Vegito belongs over here. His team synergy is pretty poor. His assist is not great. But he does do a lot of damage on point, so that's something. So there's probably like a million ways that I could fiddle with this, but for now, I think I am going to be done, guys. I really want to hear your opinions. Are you happy with my changes? Are you mad with my changes? I feel like a lot of people are going to say Piccolo and Tien are still too low, and Beerus is still too high, but I don't know. So I've been putting a lot of thought into this, and I think I'm pretty happy with where it is. So that's going to be it for the video, guys. Make sure you catch my stream later today at 5 o'clock Eastern. In case you didn't already know, I stream every single weekday at 5 o'clock Eastern on my Twitch, twitch.tv/jmcrofts. Link is down in the description. There's going to be some links up here to some more videos by me, as well as the sub button or the link to my Patreon if you want to become a patron. I still have a lot of stickers that I'm trying to give away. They're somewhere around my apartment. I'm trying to give away stickers to all my patrons, so make sure you become a patron if you want one. So that's going to be it, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.